There's a secret the wealthy know. One they will never say out loud. It's not a tactic, it's not a trick, it's a structure, a business model hidden in plain sight. While you're stuck working harder for less, they're pulling in millions for work they stopped doing years ago. And the worst part, you've probably seen it, maybe even used it without knowing what it really is. I'm going to show you how the ultra wealthy scale income without scaling effort and why you never learned this in school. Most people believe that working harder leads to wealth. It doesn't. Meet Daniel, a fitness coach working 60 hours a week, making $6,000 a month. He barely slept, still couldn't save, and every new client felt like more weight, not more freedom. Then he met Mike, a former trainer too, now selling $5,000 transformation programs while surfing in Bali. Same expertise, different model. That's when Daniel made the shift. Okay, so let me show you why Daniel is stuck and why Mike is thriving. So Daniel has a business model where he's still selling time for money. He is doing individual coaching one-on-one. So every time he gets a new client, he needs to spend more money. So this is low volume and low profit. One-on-one coaching. This is where burnout lives. Okay? This is where burnout lives in this business model. The next business model is a company like Walmart, okay? Walmart is in the high volume, low profit business. They sell a lot of low profit items. I do not recommend this. If you are working by yourself, this is a totally different business model. It takes millions and millions and millions of dollars to get it off the ground. This is something that you can crash in as well if you are doing this on your own. The next business model that Mike is in, and this is why Mike is surfing in Bali while selling his online coaches, is because he has a coaching program. He has a coaching program which is low volume but high profit. Okay, so he is personally selling to clients, hey John, do you want to buy my online course? I sell transformations, right? I sell a transformation for you to transform. I do this online. So he can sell an online course and he does not have to work harder to sell his coaching program. So this is a low volume, high profit business. This is why Mike is thriving. He does not have to sell his time for money because he created a course once and he can sell it over and over and over, but he is doing it by himself. This is where you can start to get wealthy. When you start to get super rich is when you have something like this, but it's a high volume, high profit business, and this is where you need a team. So when you have a team, when you have a system selling a high volume, high profit ticket item product, this is where you can get stupid rich in your life. Jeff Bezos didn't get rich selling books. He got rich building systems that sell books for him. Tony Robbins doesn't coach one-on-one. His content, events, and licenses do it for him. Even Kylie Jenner. It wasn't the makeup, it was the brand, the automation, the distribution. Daniel, his next big shift, he stopped talking to broke buyers. He reframed his offer not as sessions, but as outcomes. I help high performers lose 20 pounds in 8 weeks, guaranteed. High ticket buyers don't want time, they want speed, certainty, and status. All right, let's talk about the 4 levels of income, because not all work pays the same. Okay, the first level of making money is when you use your muscles, when you do a physical activity to make money, right? Time is finite, your muscles are finite. That means you can't scale it. So this is typically something that pays a minimum wage, okay? The next step is unification. That is when you combine your muscles, when you combine people management, if you're in sales, if you're managing people, if you're basically an employee that has a job without actually doing physical work like being a plumber, a waiter, a painter, or something of that nature, okay? So in this level, you will make around, on average, let's just say $100,000, more or less, whatever. This is considered having a decent job in America, okay? The next level is where people start getting rich. The next level is when you start communicating, when you start making money by communicating. You can make over $10 million to $100 million to who knows how much, right? Communication is the fastest way to make money. And if you ask yourself, if it's much harder for me to paint a house than it is for me to talk about painting a house, how can you make more money? Because it can scale, okay? I can paint one house maybe in a week, but I can talk to 100,000 people in 1 hour or even 5 minutes. So communication is the next level, and this is where making the digital course for the trainer surfing in Bali makes a lot of sense, and it allows him to scale the business. The next level is imagination. That is when you combine technology, that's when you combine communication and your creativity to make money. So those are people like Steve Jobs, like Bill Gates, like Richard Branson, and so on and so on. They are wealthy, they have money, so now it just comes down to ideas, creativity, and using the money they already have in order to create new ideas, such as a better airplane, an iPhone, a different software program like Word, Excel, everything that Bill Gates did. Because Daniel built a simple funnel, a lead magnet, webinar, sales call, offer. He hired one assistant, recorded one training, and revenue tripled in 90 days. That's what happens when you build once and let it sell forever. You've been told to sell more, post more, hustle more. But what if I told you, build a machine that replaced all of that? That's what the top 1% do. They stop trading time for money. They start selling a transformation to other people. Okay, so here's your plan. Find out where you are in this quadrant. If you're currently selling by yourself a product that you created and it's a low profit product and you're selling low volume, find out where you are. Create a solution to a big, expensive problem and create a system where you can sell it, create it once, sell it over and over and over, or hire somebody to help you with it. And now you have a system that does high volume at a high price. Automate the journey, speak to premium buyers, Build it once, scale it forever. This is how they win. Not with hustle, not with leverage. If you're ready to step out of the grind and into scale, hit subscribe. In the next video, I'll show you how to build a funnel that runs while you sleep.